Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all doing so well today. Thank you so much that all of you are here today, and we're going to be talking all things marketing today. Nadia is going to be speaking to you a little bit later on, but let me just quickly introduce her. So my name is, well, first of all, my name is Carol Allen, and this is Nadia. And Nadia has had over 15 years experience. She's worked as a business strategy in branding, packaging, and web design as well. So, she's had experience quite a lot in branding and various parts of what she does. And it includes working with clients from the United States, El Salvador, Mexico, Venezuela, Brazil, Spain, France, Italy, and the list goes on. So she's delivered talks and workshops and masterclasses to business owners in the UK and branding business. And she's a female entrepreneur and also a female founder ambassador for Enterprise Enfield. So I'm going to hand over to Nadia, and Nadia then will just continue. Thank you, Nadia. Let me just get myself off the screen.
Thank you. Let me share my screen too, so we all can see. So if everyone can confirm if you can see me in the screen and you can see the screen I am sharing, that would be great. So then we can start. Thank you. Just 1 second. I just want to put in here your chat so I can see this. Otherwise, I want to be able to see you. Okay, so good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you are. Today, we're going to talk all about marketing your service and increasing your visibility because we all want to get more clients. So let me start with asking you who you are and what is your business. So what I would like to do is to do a bit of interactive session with you today, because in that way I can give you some examples that can relate to your business and that will be more useful to you, I believe. So if you let me know in the chat box, what's your name and what is the business that you have at the moment? So then we know and I can give you some nice examples. That would be great. Okay, so in the meantime, what you write in there, what is your business? I will continue. So first thing, when you think about marketing, I like that we get a point where we try to understand like what is the value of a client. Why I'm saying this is because sometimes when I speak with business owners and we talk about marketing, I ask about what is your budget for marketing. Sometimes they say, well, marketing is really expensive, or I don't have a budget, or how do I set a budget? And I always ask them, well, what is the lifetime value of a client? And they more often that they don't know what is the value of a client. So I would like to introduce you to this calculator that I have made here. So it's very easy. So what you do is you take in consideration how many times a client have bought from you in a year. Let's say a client bought from you one time in a year and spent during that time in a year £200 with you. But the client stayed with you for 3 years. So that means that the lifetime value for that client is £600. So as you can see, when you start to think about, okay, if this client is valued £600, maybe it would be worth to spend a little bit of that £600 to get some more clients, because I already know by me getting just one client that it will be equivalent of £600. So that is change a bit the perspective of when you think about how much you invest in marketing. Of course, there can be different type of investment, can be time investment or can be money investment, because let's say sometimes if you have the time for do a lot of marketing, you can invest that time into do it, or you can spend money like paying ads or hiring someone to help you with that. But it's good to have in mind what is the value that you will get if you get a new one client. And also, I like to say another thing, that sometimes we concentrate a lot in getting new clients and we forget about the clients that we already have. So let's say, for example, if one client that you already have, you do marketing to them, and by you marketing to them more, then they spend with you the double that they spend in a year. So in my calculation, I will do it here, instead of 200, it spends 400. So now that client value is 1,200. So this is like a way to start to think into how these clients that we have and marketing can really, really affect the finances of your whole business. So I hope this really helps you to give you a perspective about like why we're doing this marketing and how much money we're expecting to get with one client. And like this example is one client, but let's say if your marketing efforts bring you 5 clients, 10 clients, you know, you can start to see why you need to do it and how often. And also, as I say, don't forget the clients that you already have. Now, going back in my chatting here and seeing some answers, thank you very much to collaborate. So Jackie, hello Jackie, her business is for weight loss. Okay, thank you very much. Stephen is saying web development, thank you. Diana says art teaching business, courses, club and workshops, great, to adults and children. Hi, Catherine. I hope I'm pronouncing good your names. If not, please forgive me. Inclusive Sport Academy, well-being and sport. Great. Emma is launching an infant and child sleep consultancy. Great. And a question for Steven, can you watch the recording later? Yes, of course you can. So don't worry about that, you can watch it. Do take note, because I will make this quite interactive so you can apply the things of today. Okay, thank you very much for your collaboration. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select some of you business and give some examples as we go along. So my question to you is, how clients fund you now? How are clients funding you now? If you let me know in the chat, so then we can know. Because all that we're going to talk about today, and we're talking now, is about making easier for clients to find you. So you become findable, if you like, because marketing, the way that I like to think about it, is like attracting people, but also like be in the place where people can find me. So I want to know at the moment how clients can find you. How do you think about how clients can find you? Okay, Jackie is saying like in Instagram and Facebook and recommendation for clients. Okay. Facebook, Jessica said Facebook. Okay. Okay, will you write in there like how clients can find you? I will proceed with my next one. So when you think about marketing, you have to think about a, let's say it's like a chain of things that happen. So for example, the first one is that you need to have an audience. So an audience is like the type of client that you want to attract. So that's your audience, but it could be a client or a person that still don't know about your business. So that's one. And then you need to have a proposition, which is like, what you're going to sell to them? What is the message that you bring into them? How that product is or service is useful to them? So that's your proposition. And then is a time. So when I mean time, I don't mean like 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock. I mean time is like, what time are you speaking to them related to the needs? We're going to see below, and I will explain more in depth about time. And channel is like where is they going to find? So for example, now some of you are saying clients are finding you, can find you in Facebook or Instagram. So that is a channel, but channels can be multiple channels. And when I was talking about time, what I am referring is because when a person is considering, or maybe let's say I am a person, right? And I want to know maybe if I want to buy a service or product. So first, it has to be some awareness. So that means first I need to know that this person or business exists. Because if I don't know if it exists, then nothing is going to happen. So first stage is awareness. Second stage is have to become familiar to me. What I mean with that is that your business have to have come across to me a few times enough that I feel that I can know that this business can provide a good service or quality or like the solution that I'm looking for enough so I can go to the next stage, which is consideration, where I can consider if that may be a good option for me or not. So for me to get to that stage of consideration, I already have to be familiar with you. And then after I consider, then it becomes when I buy from you. So that with a sale is made. But the process don't finish in there because after I buy from you, the person can become a fan from you. So if they really, really like it, your product or service, then they can refer you to other clients. And the good part of referrals is that when a person gets referred, this whole time that the person have of like getting aware and familiar to you, it becomes shorter, really short. Because what happens is if someone refers you, let's say a friend say to other friend to buy from you, that time is shorter. And why it's shorter is because the trust that you have in your friend, it also makes you trust the referral the person is making to you. So that process is shorter. So I really, really will encourage you to get referrals because that works really quick for your business. And people that don't know nothing about you versus the people that come refer is like once they don't know about you takes long time. Person that comes refer is really close to make a purchase from you. So consider that. So that's what I mean when I'm talking about time. In what time they are. Are they in the consideration stage or are they like in awareness? They still don't know about your business. So because your proposition and the channel you utilize, it may change depending on that. So you have to have in mind why you are using that proposition at that time. Okay, so Diana say people find her by posters that she put on towns and social media pages, word of mouth, a collaboration with similar business. Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. As you can see, like all of you have mentioned some social media, Facebook. Some of you are using a combine of print media and social media, which is great. So Jessica have a question. So do we need to find out what is that our ideal clients really want and market that? Yes. So that's a great question, which is we're going to see just now. So the first stage, as I was saying to you, is having an audience. So first is understanding your target audience. So who are your clients? Who is the person that you're trying to attract? So why you need to know what is the audience, what is important? It's because when you know who you're trying to attract, it makes it more effective rather than just talking very, very broad and a lot of people. You talk specifically to the ones that you know more likely will buy your product or service. And also because when you identify their needs, the preference and the pay points, you can tailor your marketing efforts to them. So say, for example, the person that got the cleaning and gardening business, right, Jessica. So let's say that you have now defined that your target audience is people that go certain size of garden. So there are the type of people that you want to attract. So it will make no sense to you speak with people that have maybe living a flat and they don't have a garden. So that's why it's important to know what is the type of audience. So maybe you will position yourself in places where that type of people that own and have a space to have a garden will be available to you. It may be that they have an association where people that look after the gardens, like to give you an example, like how in a specific you can go for the people that you want to target rather than go like very broad, like let's say advertising on Facebook and wait like who maybe comes to my business. It's very different that just a specific target people that actually go a garden. So that's why it's important. So my question to you is, do you have a specific customer persona or a target audience that represents your ideal client? Do you have an ideal client, someone that you know that you would like to work with, that would be the ideal person for your product or service? Have you defined that before? Do let me know in the chat. Also, it would be quite good if you, in your notes, if you answer these questions, because at the end, it will help you to reflect on what are you doing right now and how can you improve in your marketing efforts. Right, so identifying your ideal client. So as I was saying, you can take some time to identify who they are, but also consider demographics and interests and behavior. Behavior is very important because, let's say, for example, if you were to do some marketing in Instagram, and now because you know the behavior, you know that they are more likely to be in Instagram at 6 o'clock. What time do you think it would be the best time to post in there? 6 o'clock, because you already know that's their behavior. But if you don't know that information, it will be harder for you to know what is the best time for you to post. So this is why it's important to you know really who is the ideal clients that you're trying to target. What challenges have you faced in identifying and understanding your target audience? Have you found any challenge with that? I think like the most important part of identifying who is your ideal client is to kind of, if you put in the shoes of them and try to understand what their needs are, that will be really beneficial for you, because then you can understand where are they coming from. So for example, let me see from your business. Okay, so you got a sport academy, Caitlin. So for children and young people, so with educational needs. So what is in the mind of the parents that have these children when they come to the decision of maybe require your type of service? What are they looking for? When you understand what they are looking for, then it will be really easier for you to come across and approach them in a way that it becomes like you are the best option, because you already understand their needs and you can explain to them very easy why you are the best option for them, because you understand what is their interest, how they behave. So that would be good for you, understand the target audience. So as I say to you, when you have your target audience, but then you have to have a message or something that you're going to say to the people to attract them to you. So part of that message that you are sharing in social or any marketing efforts is your value proposition. And your value proposition really is what it makes you different from another company that may offer similar service than you. So let's think about this. It's like a short sentence, if you like, that just communicate what makes you unique. Let's say if there is 10 people that do that same thing that you do, why did you choose you over someone else? It may be that you are more friendly. It may be that you are more personalized. It may be that you offer a different timing. It may be that you offer a different packaging. You have to think like, what is making me different in a way that is important to your client, not in a way that is important to you, but in a way that is important to your client, because at the end of the day, this value proposition has to be attractive to them, so it attracts them. So also this value proposition will set you apart from competitors, because it will highlight what is the value that you offer to your clients. As I say, it's like have to be not for you, like it's how to be for your clients, what is important for them. Like for example, sometimes let's say if it's a business that is very serious, and sometimes they think that it's important for the client that they have a certain certification, but maybe the client is not interested in that specific certification. Maybe the client is more interested in another one, or is have other areas that really move more to take the decision that that actual certification that they may be been using to promote themselves a lot. So that's why it's very important to understand from the point of view of the client, not from your point of view, because sometimes us as business owners, we are really good at what we do, but sometimes we forget to put ourselves in the shoes of our clients. So I would say that really, really will help you understand it from the point of view of them. My question to you is, what do you think sets your services apart from your competitors? What is the thing that makes you unique? Okay, Caitlin say, talking about her target audience, parents are looking for something that will give them respect, but also give the children a safe and inclusive environment for them to socialize and have fun. Yes, yes. See, that's a really understanding of what they're looking for. So, like, see that message. With that message, what you can do is to try to see in what ways they can have a respite, and then also the kids time for socialize, and really put that more visual. Let's say, for example, if you're using social media at the moment, you can put that more visually, so people can understand, okay, this is the experience my children is going to have. It looks very inclusive, so how you can showcase that. And also, you can, when you send, say, for example, a newsletter, you can explain to them the benefits the parents will get by sending the child in there. So you see, once you understand who is your target audience, ideas will flow a lot of what things to do in terms of marketing. Right. So as I say, tailor the value proposition so it's specific to your audience, and also showcase what it makes your business the best choice. So think about what is the unique benefit that you will bring to your clients. And by the way, this is before you start doing the marketing, because that will make it easier for you to start the marketing after you define this. So once we define this, you start to build an online presence. And when I think about building an online presence, it's not about you being in all the social media there. Like, I don't expect you to be Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, and then to be in TikTok, and then to be doing videos in YouTube. You know, great if you have the time for doing all that, but your audience may not be in all the platforms. Maybe that is a platform, one or two of them, maybe the one where your audience spend more time and where it's more likely to find you. So think about what platform may be great for you. So why this is important? Because if you don't have a strong online presence, well, people will not find you. And you remember before I talked about the first step is people need to be aware that you exist. So that's why you need to have some presence, so people become aware that you exist. And you remember the second thing was about you become familiar. So that's why social media, it really helps, because let's say, for example, when you are in Instagram or Facebook and you posting constantly, then people can become familiar with your business, your products and services. So also one of the key benefits of you using social media in the right way is that you will have a bigger audience. So say, for example, like that specific audience that you have selected, but more of the people that you want. And also because it helps you to establish credibility. And when I talk about credibility, it's because you can showcase a lot of different areas of your business. Let's say, for example, one that you can showcase are testimonials, showcase them that give you the credibility, awards, if you have won any awards that give you credibility, showcase clients' success. For example, there is someone that says, go website design, website businesses. So you can showcase the success clients having with the new website. That will add your credibility because people can see that you actually have been working with other people at the type of results that you have given to them. So you can showcase that. So establish your credibility. So the more you do it, the more familiar they become to you. So they're more close to consider you when it comes to creating a new website. So how to establish this online presence? So first, I would say create engaging and user-friendly website. And why I'm saying this when I'm talking about online presence, because normally when I ask the people, how can people find you? They always say like Facebook, Instagram, right? We also that we say that, but people forget about their website. And really, your website is a key point of your marketing efforts, because if you think about, is there 24 hours, people can access all the time. You can have all sorts of information about your product or service. You can add a lot of pages explaining the products or service that you have. And really, that is the only, I would say, the only platform that you got full control of what you put on there. Because like Facebook, Instagram, others platforms, social media, if they decide to close your account, you have no saying on that. But your website, you own it totally. So then you can have more saying of what you put, how long you keep it from. So once a person visits your website, your job is to make it as user-friendly as possible so they can spend more time in there learning about your product and services, and of course making in contact with you so they can buy from you. That's why I am putting the website as the first things of your online presence. And the second thing, I would say leverage your social media to connect with your audience, but sharing things that are valuable. You're not just sharing for sharing, but something that is important for your target audience. Something that it will help them to move more close to you rather than just a random thing. So for example, let's say that you are sharing, let me see an example of your businesses so I can give you one. Right. So, for example, the person that is teaching some courses, clubs, and workshops, right? What it would be a good content to share, like upcoming workshops, what people learn in the workshops, what clubs you have, what the experience is in that. That's content that is valuable. What content would not be valuable? Maybe just random meme that maybe would not be valuable. Maybe it give me a little laugh in a moment, but it will not be as valuable of knowing more information about how I can get these workshops, of what I will learn in there, what it would be great for me. So think about what it can be important for your target audience and try to share that. And also content that is good for them to understand better your business. So for example, if person don't know like is, for example, web development, Steven, you can put make blogs about like why a person needs a website, like what are the advantages of using different platforms, or maybe what are the advantages of working with you versus someone else. That would be beneficial. If I am looking for a website, I will need to know that information. Maybe you can address common issues. A common issue people have when doing a website is that they don't know what content to put in the website. Maybe you can talk about that. So start to think about like what the customer is thinking and what fears, maybe what problems they have before they make a question to you, because sometimes people will not make a question because they're not too sure what to ask. But if you start to give information, they may feel more confident to approach you and ask you about your product and services. So that's very important, establishing your online presence and showcase your expertise. Now, content marketing strategies. So we talk about having different social media presence, including your website, being online. And also, I like to say to you, content marketing is really powerful to attract clients, but not only to attract clients, it's also about retaining clients. Because you remember in the beginning, I said to you, if the first client, let's say you have one client already, if you make that client buy the double that is buying from you now, that would be really good for your business, is it? So you have to find a way to retain that clients. And a great way to retain your clients is by content marketing. So you can provide information to them that is relevant, that is useful, and it keep you top of mind. Because sometimes clients may be great to work with you, but maybe they forget about you after they have the first service, because you are not keeping top of the mind. Because remember, we've got a lot of things that we do and we are thinking every day. So how you can keep top of mind is by you keep in contact with them. And how you can keep in contact? Content marketing, that's your solution. So as I say, value and relevant content, because this also will position you as an expert, and also will build trust, which is very important in doing business, because you have to trust the person. So type of contents that you can do. This is like for people that don't know you and people that already have bought from you, like blogs, for example. As I mentioned before, you can write about all the problems your clients or customers may have. So that can be a good one. Maybe if, for example, the person that was talking about the exercise, you can write about the type of exercise, when to do the type of exercise. You can write a lot about that. Videos, maybe you can showcase some videos. A common thing when people do exercise or sport is that when they have injuries. So maybe you can say like, you know, like why you do in certain way for avoid this type of injuries. Infographics, that's like more visual. Remember that people can see things in different ways. So maybe for some people it's great content that is visual, but for someone else it maybe it's better to read something. So the best way that you can maybe create content in different scenarios. And there is also podcast, which is, I would say, not necessarily that you make a podcast, which it would be great if you do one, but have you think about maybe you become a guest in a podcast that actually have your target audience? Maybe it would be worth to have a look what podcasts are speaking to your audience, and write to them and say, you know, what you have to offer, what make you unique, and maybe have a successful interview in there, and then you can speak more about your business and how you help people. That will bring you clients too. So that is also type of content, you know. When you think about content, I don't want that you limit yourself to one thing. I wanted you to start to think, what other ideas? How can I make people find me in different ways? And then that is how you're going to become across more, increasing your visibility, because all this is for you to increase your visibility so people get to know you. So, but also I want you to think about choose formats that align with your audience. Don't go like in, let's say, for example, if we were to go to podcasts, don't go podcasts that don't really address the people that you want to attract, because that's like pointless. Just be intentional about these things, because remember, it's also time spending that we're doing in here. So we better as well do it right. So that's one thing. And the second thing is like play in your strengths. So let's say, for example, talking about playing in your strengths. But I love speaking to people. So that's one of my strengths. So what I do is I try to do things marketing based of my strengths. So what things I can do? Presentations. Like today, I'm doing a presentation. So that is a type of content that people can see, interact with me. So it gains visibility. To see what I mean? Like, look what strength you have and how you can create content with that strength. Maybe your strength is writing. So how can you write more to boost your business? Maybe your strength is creating videos. Think about what things you like to do, because if you don't like to do something, it becomes harder for you to marketing. But if you start with something that you find maybe more like close to you, more authentic of yourself, you can start in that way and maybe slowly start to add other things. And I think that's the best way to get it started with marketing, because sometimes the starting is the hard part, because you don't know like what to put, when to put it, or maybe you think that it's too boring. So all the areas you can get away with if you know your target audience, because you will know what to put them, because you know already who they are and what problems they are experiencing. And also because you're playing in your strengths, it will be more easy for you to get started. Right. So there is some when it comes to lead generation, where it would be like a lead is a person that it may be interested in your service or product, but they still haven't bought from you. So it's a lead. So for you to generate people in that of this type, you can do quite a few things. But first, let's see why you want this. Because if you don't have clients, likely your business will go down, because clients are the lifeblood of your business, and you really, really want to have clients. And second is because when you have a strategy, when you actually have planned what you're going to do, it will help your business to grow and also to have more revenue. Because you remember in the beginning, we saw what is the value of one client. So if you start to get 2, 3, 4, and you're doing consistent basics, that really will help your business. So if I ask you a question, what generation strategies have you found more effective for your business? What have you do to find clients so far? What have you do for they come to you? How have you get them now? To let me know in the chat box. So a few ones that I think that are really key ones that you can utilize. First one is like a lot of people say they get clients by word of mouth, but I would say if you do it intentionally, not really just like randomly you getting these word of mouth clients. How can you be more intentional? Maybe networking events, but now be more intentional. Okay, so how many networking events can you do in a month? Is a case maybe that you're going to do a networking event once a week, and that is your strategy that you're going to be doing for getting clients. But you see what I'm saying? Now it becomes something that I'm going to do every week. It's not like once in a while. So because you want clients consistently, so you have to be consistent in your marketing too and your strategy too. So if you go, let's say, in this networking event, what you're going to do in more intentional. First, make more questions. And why I say make more questions? Because when you ask questions, you get to understand better people. And not only when you go to market in these networking events, because you have a variety of business, and sometimes you can do like two type of networking events. Once where it's like just the target audience of yourself, so you go at that networking event. Obviously, in there all can be your client. And the second networking event, I would say, is like general business networking event. And that ones are good too, because in that ones you can meet people that know other people that can recommend you as part of as a new business. So that's why you need to make a lot of questions, so you understand what the other people may be working on. Maybe they are working on a new project, and maybe they can recommend you as part of the project. Maybe they know someone else that they can understand about your business. Sorry. And but also be genuine, because we all have been in that networking events where someone just want to give us the business card and kind of move on to the next group of people, and then keep doing it around, and no one really buy from it because it's not genuine. So be genuine. And this third thing is follow up. So let's say you go to this networking event, you meet the people, follow up. So you can send an email after and say, it was great to meet you at this networking event. Yeah, if I can help you, like, this is the things that I do. And also make it personal. Write something about what you spoke with the person, because remember, they maybe was speaking with a lot of people, so they need to remember who you are. So mention something about the conversation, but also not follow up in just with one email. Keep sending emails. Like, for example, if you come across an article and you think that that would be quite good for this person, send it over. Say, I read this and I think that would be good for you, or remind me of you. Also, follow up me as connect with them in LinkedIn. There's a lot of ways to follow up. And what I'm trying to say to you is not just stay with, okay, I went to the networking and I know the person. Keep top of mind with these people, because they can refer you to other clients. So, for example, I had done a lot of networking events, but sometimes in the networking events, I have got clients that is people that I never spoke with, because I spoke maybe with a person and they know someone else that can need of my service, and they call me and they say, okay, this person recommend me, but I never have like actually work with that person and they recommend me. So as I say to you, this can really, really work, but you have to be intentional. The second thing, use email marketing. You remember I was saying to you, send some email as follow-up. Not only that type of email, but you also can send information that is important and relevant to your clients. But you can also send information about your platform services. You can send some news, things that are relevant. So say, for example, people that work with children, you can send things that are relevant to parents regarding children, so you become useful too. And not only this type of things, but also if someone, let's say you have some clients now and they ask you questions that they become very often, people ask you the same question, why not answer the question, write a blog, and then send it in your email marketing newsletter, like common questions people have been asking us. Like, the information is really important. You can send all that and utilize for your email marketing campaigns too. But also keep top of mind, which is the most important thing. Other thing that you can do is to offer value in a way that is authentic to you. And when I say this, I'm referring, for example, if for you the best thing, as I was saying before, is do webinars, for example, do that. That can be a good generation technique. But it's for you, maybe it's better to write a short ebook, maybe 3-4 pages or 10 pages, explaining something about what you do in your business. That would be a great way to get people too, and you can add it in your website. So that's quite a few things that you can do for get more clients. But also think about, how do you nurture the people that is already there, that maybe you already have as a contact, but they not already have become a client of yours. How have you been in contact with them? What information have you sent to them? Do you keep in touch with them, or have you forgotten about that contacts? Because that's the important thing. Keep following up. Uh, Other area, right? Testimonials and reviews. You remember in the beginning, I said to you, when a person becomes your client, and then if they become a fan, they maybe can recommend it to someone else, and then the buying time becomes shorter. So you can also ask to clients to testimonials and reviews, because what happens with this is that, let's say I am your client and I write a review. I will write a review based on what I find beneficial from you. Maybe it's something that you never ever thought that that was the thing that they found more fantastic about your service. But for them, that was the thing that really made their day. So that's good, because when you read all these testimonials and reviews, you can start to see some patterns and see like, okay, people really like this thing, so maybe I should do more of that. Also, when other people read these testimonials, they can maybe be in the same situation that your client was before. Like, for example, in my business, we also develop websites, and someone give us a review. There was a testimonial that says that she was a bit concerned because she don't sure what to do with her website, because before she had bad experiences and she didn't know like if it was going to work fine, or if she was going to be able to work in her website after. But working with us, she feels really good, because we give her a training after developing the website too, so she's able to manage her website by herself, and that really was a great thing for her. So as you can see in that testimonial, she's talking about what the problems she had before, what it was going in her head, and what it really made it great, the service for her. Now, there is other clients that have read that review and have contacted us because of that, because they was feeling the same as her. So that's why testimonials and reviews are good, because when other possible client read it and they are in the same similar situation, they can identify better and they more likely contact you. That's one thing. And the second thing is because you build trust, because people can see you are working with other people, so that's great. So talking about building trust and credibility, as I was saying, it can showcase the real world value of your service and the impact that you have in your clients. For example, you was talking about your service have this for children with special needs. Okay, what impact is having in these children? Maybe some parents will write you a testimonial that says, my children seems to come so happy or so relaxed after being in your with your services. So that is showing the positive impact they have on your clients. So that's why it's very important, the testimonials. And let me see now in the chat, because I see some of you have been writing in there. Thank you very much for collaborating today. Okay. Okay, Jackie said she's been talking to groups and her business is very dependent on people feeling comfortable with you. Yes. So maybe because your business is dependent on people feeling comfortable with you, you need to find ways that people can feel more close to you. The best ways that you can find for that is video content, because people can hear you, see you, how you interact. So that type of content may work quite good with you. And your personality can come across more too. Someone is saying, get clients for advertising in the car. That's great, great. And that's a good one thing to mention too. When you think about marketing, don't only think like the digital area. It's great if you can combine multiple ways to get clients, because when you combine them, it becomes stronger than only just do one thing. That's good. Thank you very much for the collaborating. Jackie said she had created a highlight and a reel on Instagram, which reviews it always get the highest numbers of views. That's great, great idea to do. Yes. Also, another good thing to do with your testimonials and reviews is to add it in your website. So let me ask you a question before we go in the next slide. Have you actively collected client testimonials and reviews? Have you done this? Like actively, I mean like every client you had, have you asked for a testimonial and a review? Do let me know in the chat. If you have done it, tell me how have it impacted your business. Have it get you more clients? And if you haven't done that, write it down for your to-do list. Or Jessica says she does it. She print it out and fill it out email then. That's great. Yes. Yes, providing different ways so they give you some reviews and feedback is good. Caitlin say it helped us both clients and funders like to see this. Yes, because it builds trust and credibility. Jackie said, yes, I asked there anything missing you need from me, and at the end I asked for review for this. Yes, thank you very much. Okay, so because you maybe will be getting some reviews and feedback, I want to talk to you about showcasing this, because one thing is getting your feedback and reviews and another is showcasing it. Because believe it or not, I have come across business that do have feedback, but they have kind of hiding away, like no one ever see it, or they only have in the website and that's it. They forget about that. But I'm here to tell you, no, you can use it in a lot multiple ways to help you to boost your visibility. So one of these ones is, first, if you have Google My Business, that now they have renamed it to something else, but it's still like you have your profile in Google. Ask to people to give you reviews in there, because that helps you a lot to come across in social in search when people are searching for similar service, and that your one can pop up higher if you got more reviews. So that's really important for you, especially if you have a local service. That's really good for your reviews. Second one is display them prominently in your website. And when I say prominently, I say this because sometimes in websites people put the testimonials and they put it like in a scrolling, and you don't really got the time to read it because it passes really fast. So that's too hard. You have to do things easy for your clients. So put the testimonials in a way that people can actually read it, because people do read them. They're not just as ornament, they are for reading. So make sure they are legible. And also put it in not only in one page of your website, you can put it in multiple pages of your website. So say, for example, if you offer 4 different services, you can put it in each page of your service a testimonial that is relevant to that service. So that's an idea that you can do. You can also put it next to your contacts box page, because then people can see a testimonial that's some good experience before they contact you. So don't only limit yourself to show it in one way. This is all about of visibility. So how can you make your business come across better? So think about that. And second, marketing materials. Okay, so you do flyers, put the testimonials in the flyers. You do a Instagram, put the testimonials in Instagram. There was a great idea that someone said just today that I just read, that create a highlight and a reel on Instagram with the reviews. And Jackie said that's the one that get the highest reviews. So as you can see, people is interested on know what other people say about your business. So why not show it? You already have it. So show it. And sometimes people say to me, yeah, but I don't know how to put it and that. So I say, okay, if you have very, very hard time of this, you can screenshot it. Like the minimum you can screenshot and share it. So that's really easy. You can share it that way, but there is other ways that you can share it. And I do really encourage you to share it not only once or two, but multiple times. Because remember, sometimes people, let's say, for example, you do a post. I may see the post, I may don't see it. So maybe next month you share again the testimonial. It's okay to share it again. People want to see it. So you want people to see it, you have to share it more. And the third thing is like use your testimonials as a case of a study. So what I'm saying with this is, for example, nothing is stopping you to writing a little story in your website about the fantastic time that, say, for example, some children have when they come to your workshop. And then in the middle of what you're writing about what happened that day and how much fun they have in the workshop, you can put the testimonial. And you know what? You can do it for every client that you have. You can do it for every testimonial that you got. You can do it for every service. As I said to you, it's just ways that you can come across and show yourself more. And not only that, I would say you also, let's say, for example, let's take the case of you do a case of a study and you put in there, let's say, 3 different type of clients that they have come to your business and different workshops that you have. Now, because you have already that content, it don't mean that only going to live in your website. Do you know you also can do Google My Business? You can put a post out there, update, and that also can be looking search when people look at it. So you can put it with a picture and that boosts your profile too. You can also cut part of it and share that part as a post too. You can also add an image on there and share it. You can share in your newsletter with a little bit of the text, like a little blurb of the article, and then people can go and visit your website. So think about, I create this piece of material. So now how I can make the most of this piece, how I can share it the most. It's not like just do it once and share it once. It's about like getting out the most of one thing that you already create. Because we don't got lots and lots of time. So let's get out the best that we can do for one piece that we already have. So in the case of testimonials, you can do a lot with them. So far, before I end there, and I would like to know, is there any other questions that you may have? Do let me know in the chat box. So I'm going to do a little recap. So key points we have discussed today. First, and very important, understanding your target audience. That would really, really help you to craft your value proposition. 2, build a strong online presence. Remember, including your website, and create valuable content that can attract clients. And 3, do an effective lead generation, but be consistent and also leverage your testimonials to drive business growth. But most importantly, I will say to you, take action, because if I say I explain everything to you, it's fine, but you need to take action. So then things start to happening in your business. So type of actions you can do based on what we discussed today. You can choose one action that you can improve now in your marketing strategy. Think, what can I do now? And go and do it. 2, envision how can you apply these things in your business, and maybe start to brainstorm. Okay, from this workshop, what things can I apply in my business? And 3, reach out. We can have a consultation. I can give you personalized advice for your business, and you can start moving on things. But it's important to take action, because if you don't take action, your business just stays the same. And we don't want that. We always want to be improving. So as I said to you, if you have any questions, you can let me know in the chat, which I will check soon. And also, I have created a checklist for you. So I've sent you the link now, and you can download in there for all the things that we have spoken today. And then you can have in there like a starting point of tick the boxes as you keep working along in your business. So let me send you the link, and you can download it in my website. So that is the link. I just put it in the chat. So if you click that, you will be able to download it. So you go a few options in there. As I said, you can go through it, and as you keep doing this, you can tick the boxes, and then you know, okay, I have worked in this, maybe now I can work in this area. So because I sometimes feel that when you are working in your business, you lose track of your marketing, and sometimes can get behind and forgotten. But this I hope it help you, so you will get the full list in there. And also, if you want to have a consultation with me, do let me know too. We can speak about that. So there is the link. Oh, Jessica, I just pasted in the chat. Let me check it again. Do you see it now? Yeah. So when you go in that link, yes, great. Yeah, you can download it. Let me show you quickly how it looks like, so you know. So that's my website. That's how it looks. The checklist. So as you can see, you got the squares in there, you can checklist. So that's the first page. There go multiple pages. So it talks about all the bits that we discussed today, and you can just get it in there in the website. Okay, so that is all with me for today. Let me see if you got any questions. I don't see any another one. No, okay. So that's all from me today. And as I say, please do take action, because that really, really will help your business. And hope you have a fantastic day. Now I get back to you. I can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Nadia. Thank you so very much. That was absolutely an amazing presentation. I'm sure you'll all agree, you know, that it was very informative and you've learned quite a lot. I was watching the chat and, you know, you've asked quite a lot of questions. So thank you so much. Now, if you would like to know a little bit more about the Wenta services, then do go to our website at wenta.co.uk, and you will see, when you click on the training, you will see a whole range of different types of trainings there that you can benefit from for your small business. You know, there's lots of different ranges of training and, you know, different facets of what business is all about. So do go and have a look. We've also got net zero as well. That's all about reducing the carbon emissions in your business. So when you go to the wenta.co.uk website, just have a look on the net zero tab, and you will then be able to see for a 40-year subscription there that we have been working on with our ideal clients. So do go and have a look. Bronze is completely free. Do get signed up to that, and, you know, just get net zero going on as a strategy in your business. I just want to take this time again to say my name's Carol Allen, and this is Nadya VALISH. And I just want to say thank you so much, Nadya, for being here. You've been absolutely wonderful. I've been on these calls with you several times now, and it's been absolutely great to see all that Nadya's been doing. So thank you so much, Nadya. And if anybody wants to book an appointment with Nadya, she's given you her details. If you'd like to book an appointment to speak to any of the Wenta Business Advisors, I'm one of the Wenta Business Advisors, and we have several more, then do reach out to us on 01438 3100 20 or at info@wenta.co.uk. Okay, so all have a great weekend, and I hope you'll be really successful in your business, and we wish you all the very best. And do keep coming back to these webinars, because we love to host you, you know, moving forward in your business. Take care, have a wonderful day, and we'll speak to you very soon. Thank you so much, Nadya.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, bye everyone. Bye.